Would you say there's anybody that should be taking something? For example, TRT. I think you shared a post saying that it was safe.
Yeah.
So how does somebody know whether or not that they should be taking TRT? Because I know there's a lot of kids, in my opinion, teenagers that are already thinking about going on, and it's like, come on, like you should not be taking this at this point in your life.
Yeah, it was also a very controversial one. I did a video about TRT and some posts, and I would say TRT, I would separate that a lot from supplements, like dietary supplements, which is more like, if you don't get enough sun exposure, you benefit from vitamin D3. If you don't consume enough magnesium in your diet, you benefit from supplementing that. TRT has become known as a euphemism for using steroids.
Yeah.
But originally, testosterone replacement therapy means you're just replacing what has been lost over time, usually. So it's mostly elderly individuals or people with genetic disorders where they never produced enough testosterone. So they have hypogonadism. And in those scenarios, putting someone back to the normal, healthy range of testosterone is actually healthy. It's not associated with all-cause mortality. So longevity is likely going to be about the same. And it is associated with numerous benefits for depression, libido, overall quality of life. But the key part about the TRT is the R, the replacement back to healthy normal levels. If you're a 20-year-old and you look at your favorite YouTubers that are like on TRT, meaning 500 milligrams per week, it's a little bit more like the standard 100. But and then sometimes I go up to 2 grams, but that's like the TRT these days. Originally, TRT is like 100 milligrams, just putting you back in the normal range. That's it. So there's a big, like when we talk about TRT, it's really like, are we talking about like medical actual TRT, or are we talking about TRT, like sometimes called sports TRT, which is just a euphemism for using steroids?
Yeah. So for those people who, let's say, for example, if they were to do a blood test, maybe they're between the age of 18 and 25, and their testosterone is low, what are the things that they could do initially without hopping onto the replacement to see if they could actually naturally improve it?
Yes, and you should. It's very important. When you get low testosterone, any test result, for one, you never do anything until you've retested that result. And you want to try to improve it naturally in the meantime. And the things you can do for that are a lot, but also somewhat disappointing in the sense that all these things are things you should be doing anyway. So it's like, get enough sleep. Don't be deficient in fats, like you want a decent fat intake in your diet.
Yeah, you said don't go below 40%.
Yeah, benefits go up to 40%. If you go under 20%, things become a little bit precarious. But between 20 and 40%, you're talking about optimization. If that's the reason that your testosterone is low, probably you also have a genetic component to it, or there are other problems. Because normally that's, it might put you from 500 to 600 in the normal range. And the normal range is like 300 to 1200. So it's a relatively small effect. The big effects are like sleep, stress management, overall healthy diet with also a decent amount of fat. Protein intake also has to be sufficient. Usually not the case for people, usually not the problem for people in fitness. And beyond that, things get really marginal. Any supplements, really, really marginal effects. You have micronutrient deficiencies, vitamin D, magnesium, iron and calcium can play some role. Magnesium, zinc, and vitamin D are probably some of the somewhat bigger ones that people also are commonly deficient in. And that's pretty much it. There have been numerous reviews on this, what you can do to optimize your testosterone levels. Many books have been written on it, but mostly it's just all the stuff you should be doing anyway to be healthy.
Yeah.